So what can you tell us about the new season?
Well, we're hoping to expect more of the same in the sense of the kind of balance of story of the week, storytelling, and this larger overarching narrative that we're pulling together. But we're really hoping, as I hope we managed to in the last two seasons, to continue kind of advancing the game in terms of what is the machine, and now in this question with the machine being free, the question for us really is if the machine has a plan, what is that? And what does that mean for all of our characters?
Well, now say that Sam and today was announced the character Root will be around for a lot more. How do you plan on incorporating those two new characters in on a regular basis while maintaining Carter and Fusco and Reese and
it's what you call a good problem to have.
Yeah.
To work with such a great group of actors. We said from the beginning of the show that we wanted to continue kind of picking people up along the way. That certain members of the league and both Shaw and Root were persons of interest on one episode or another when they came into our universe. Shaw gives us the ability to bring in a bit of a foil for Reese, someone who has the same skill set, but maybe an even sort of more challenging rule book than Reese's. But also she's our connection to the relevant world, the organization hidden within the U.S. government that's siphoning this information and then using it to prevent terrorist acts against national security. Rue is a character we were long fascinated by because she's really in almost every way the biggest advocate for the machine, even more so than Finch. Finch, as we learned in the second season, has built a number of restrictions into the machine and kind of hobbled it. As Michael said at the panel today, there's a poignancy in the idea of creation, kind of Promethean, Frankenstein myth of Finch creating a life, but then essentially robbing it of autonomy because he was a little scared of what it might do. Root, on the other hand, was and has been from the beginning just a believer in his creation and a believer in trusting it and letting it go free. So now that it is free, what it intends to do is one of the bigger questions for the season.
Any other reoccurring characters that we should expect to see next season?
Well, we've been so incredibly fortunate to work with such an incredible group of guest stars and recurring characters. We're very, very much hoping to see it's Turco, Cullen, Young, and the list kind of goes on.
I love the Paige Turco character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's great. Yeah. She's great fun, and Paige is just tailor-made for that role. She has so much fun doing it, so we hope to get her out very soon.
Are we going to learn more about Sarah's character with flashbacks and stuff like that? Is that going to be going forward?
I sure hope so. It's one of the fun things about the show, and it's one of the things that I liked about Lost was the ability to drop you, kind of airmail you back into a different moment in a character's life, so you can explore who these characters, are and who they were, potentially who they will be.
What can you tell us about Carter? What's going on with Carter?
Carter's in kind of an interesting predicament. We've often referred to Carter as the moral center of the show. The person who had the truest sense of good versus evil, and probably the least compromised of our characters. Although we have secrets there left to reveal with Carter, who she is, and her story along the way. But this decision that she's made to kind of impossible situation, and it's, as a writer, it's this sort of sadistic part where you want to take good characters and put them in impossible situations. So we tried to put her in an impossible situation last season where she was the only person in a position able to save someone who in the previous season who kidnapped her son and threatened her life, and in fact, he actually tried to kill her. So we thought that was kind of too delicious to pass up. So that odd relationship, how that's going to play out next season, her relationship with Elias, but now the fact that she's back in uniform allows her simultaneously both less latitude to work with our team and more. She's only wearing the uniform for part of the day, so it gives her a little more of an opportunity to work with our guys at night. But yes, we definitely have some fun questions in terms of where her character goes from.
Great. Where will Finch kind of be? What kind of state of mind will Finch be in when we see him next? As far as the machine wasn't where he thought it was going to be, and it's kind of his baby.
Absolutely. Well, it's simultaneously he sort of let it go in the hopes that in sort of trying to save it, he sort of set it free. But that's a difficult thing. There's more than a little bit, as Michael touched upon in the panel. There's more than a little bit of poignancy. There is a full parental relationship there. As Rue said to him over and again, he created a life, and on some level, his sort of cryptic answer from episode 201 implied that yes, he created a life, but then he turned it back into a machine. Well, now that's not the case anymore. So what form of life the machine becomes, I think, is a fun question we're looking forward to tomorrow. But yeah, I think he's going to be shouldering some anxiety over what has become his creation and some trepidation over what it might be. There's a reason why he kind of hobbled it in the first place. He must have worried that something, the capacity for something to go wrong might be in there somewhere.
Excellent. Thank you.